Hello, welcome to the second lesson of polygons, where we want to look at the sum of interior angles of any polygons. Okay, so we are going to look at how we can use this formula or this one in order to find the sum of interior angles of, as a repetition, any polygon. Okay, now maybe you may need to know where or how this formula comes about. Okay, so let us look at where this formula comes from or how it is derived. Let us look at that. So I'll take you through. So we can start with the first polygon. What is our first polygon? Our first polygon is a three-sided what? Polygon, which is called a triangle. Okay? So, in our previous topic of angles, we said these three angles in a triangle add up to what? 180 degrees. So, what is our next polygon from this one? Our next polygon is a four-sided polygon, which is called a quadrilateral. So, what do we say? We say this can be divided into two triangles. Okay? This is going to give us two triangles. And since we said one triangle gives us 180, this one is 180, this one is 180. So the sum of interior angles of a four-sided polygon, we need to add these two. What do we get? This is going to give us 360 degrees. Where is it coming from? Because it is producing two what? Triangles. Okay, how many sides? This one, 3 sides. This one, how many sides? 4 sides. Let's look at the other one, which is, I'm just trying to help you to understand where the formula is coming from. So we look at the other one, which is 5-sided polygon. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see how many triangles we can produce here. One can be like this. The other one can be like this one. So how many triangles are we having here? We have 180, 180, 180. How many sides here? 5 sides. And how many triangles are we having? How many triangles are we having? Okay? We are having 3 triangles. And each triangle is 180 degrees. So we are going to say 3 multiplied by what? 180. What do we get? Here, it is like, it's just 1. So it will be like 1 by 180. This one is like, there are 2 triangles. So 2 multiplied by 180. That's what is giving us 360. Then here it will be like 3 multiplied by 180. What do we get? This is going to give us what? 0. This is giving us degrees. Okay? We are going on and on like that. You can try the 60th one. You can try the 60th one. You'll find that the 60th one, the first one is 1 multiplied by 180. The second one is 2 multiplied by 180. This one, the 5th one, is a 3-sided polygon has 1 triangle. A 4-sided polygon has 2 triangles. A 5-sided polygon has 3 triangles. So meaning a 6-sided polygon is going to have 4 triangles. So now, where is this formula coming from? This is the number of sides. The number of sides minus 2 multiplied by 180. That's what we are doing here. The number of sides minus 2 multiplied by 180. The first one, how many sides do we have? We have 3 sides, isn't it? So it will be 3 minus 1. What do we get? 3 minus 2. What are we going to get? It will be 1 multiplied by 180. What about when we are dealing with a four-sided polygon? A four-sided polygon is this one. What are we going to have? It is, what did we have here? Look at this. So we said it's the number of sides, which is 4 minus 2 multiplied by, we're getting 2. For a five-sided polygon, it will be now 5 minus 2 multiplied by 180. So I'm just trying to help you derive this formula. I'm just trying to help you derive this formula so that we do not have any challenge. If you want, you can also write this, okay? If you want, you can also write this, but it's not very necessary. You just need to know the formula. And you should know that what is this n? N is the number of sides. Number of sides. Sides of what? Of that polygon. Okay? That is what that n represents there. Okay? So, I hope this is very important. This is very important here. Okay? So, we are going to say, let me give you the example. Okay, so these are the examples. So we'll look at these examples step by step using the formula that we discussed. Find the sum of interior angles of the first one, a hexagon. Now, we are coming from the first lesson. Remember, this is lesson 2. So I'm sure you are familiar with these names. So what is a hexagon? A hexagon is a 6-sided what? Polygon. So we need now to say, so we're dealing with the first one. Please copy these examples and solve them with me. So the first one is the formula. We'll use the first one just. Okay. What is the sum of a hexagon? So a hexagon is a 6-sided polygon. So we're going to say now, 6 minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. This is going to give us 4 multiplied by 180 degrees. Can we multiply? What are we going to get? Okay, let's multiply together. What are we going to get? Okay, we're going to get 720 degrees. That's what we're going to get. Then the second one is find the sum of the interior angles of a 20-sided polygon. A 20-sided polygon. So we are still going to say a 20-sided polygon, it's n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degrees. The number of sides is what? 20 minus 2. What do we get? 18. 18 multiplied by, let's multiply. Okay. So this is going to give us 3,240 degrees. This is the sum of a 20-sided polygon. Okay? That's the first one. We go to the second one. The sum of the interior angles of a polygon. Okay, now we are given the sum. The sum of the interior angles, the sum of the interior angles of a polygon is 1080 degrees. Find its number of sides. Now, remember that the formula that we used to find, so we are on number 2 now. Remember that the formula that we used to find the number of sides is this one. And we discussed how this formula is derived. So now, this is the formula which is supposed to give us the sum. And in this case, we have been given the sum. So we're going to say n minus 2 multiplied by 180. This must give us 1080 degrees. Are we together? Now we want to find the number of sides. The number of sides is this n. How do we find this n? So to find n, we are now going to divide both sides by 180 and 180. This and this one will cancel. So we remain with n minus 2 is equals to, can we divide here? What are we getting? What are we getting when we divide here? This is going to give us 6. Okay? Now remember, we want to find this n. How do we find n? N is equals to 6 plus 2. So the number of sides, it's 8. The number of sides, it's 8. The number of sides is what? It's 8. Okay? So we are done with this question. Let's go to question 3. Please, can you follow me? Follow nicely, step by step. Okay? So we are on question 3 now. Find the angles marked A and B. Find the angles marked A and B. Okay? Now, when you look at these parallel lines, they are not just there to decorate our questions. Each time when you see these parallel lines, I think they are meant to be used. They are meant to be used, so don't take them for granted. Otherwise, they are there to give you a clue or a starting point. So now, that is why I did indicate it's very important if these lessons you've been following them according to my guidance. And my guidance is that before you come to this topic, you must be done with the angles. You must be done with angles. And if you are done with angles, you realize that this angle and this one, we called them allied angles. We called them allied angles. Okay? Angles on the same side of a transversal. When we are looking at angles associated with parallel lines, we said if this line is parallel to this one, this angle and this one, they give us 180. So it's the same here. This line is parallel to this one. So this angle and this one add up to 180. Okay? They are allied angles. So if that is the case, then we can easily find A by saying, so our A is equals to 180 minus 80 degrees. This is going to give us 100 degrees. Okay? 100 degrees. So A is 100 degrees. What have we used? The properties of angles associated with parallel lines. Have you seen? Now, after that, we need to come to B. How do we find B? So to find B, we need to know what is the sum of the interior angles here. Please follow me. What is the sum of the interior angles? And now, to find the sum of the interior angles, you need to know how many sides does this polygon have. This has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the sum of interior angles of this polygon, this polygon has 5 sides. So to find the sum of the interior angles, because we're dealing with interior angles here, when we add all these 5 angles, they must give us what? So what is the sum of the interior angles? So this is where I'm saying, if this is 5, then we're going to say 5 minus 2 multiplied by 180. What do we get? This is going to give us 3 multiplied by 180 degrees, and this is going to give us what? 540 degrees. So meaning, when we add these 5 angles here, the 5 of them, they must give us what? 540 degrees. So that is what we are going to do now here. Please, I hope you are following. So we're going to say, what is our A? We're going to say A, which is now 100 degrees, plus 80 degrees, plus 143 degrees, plus 112, plus B. This must give us what? when we add these angles, the 5 of them should give us 540. Why? This is the sum of a 5-side. This is the sum of the interior angles of a 5-sided polygon. I hope you are following me. So now what we just have to do now is to add these. Okay, is to add these. Add all these here. What do we get? What do we get when we add this? If I'm correct, we're going to get this plus B. This must give us 540 degrees. Then B now is equals to 540 degrees minus 435. So B is equals to what? Let's subtract. This is going to be 105. That is if I'm correct, which I hope I am. So basically, this is what we are supposed to do here. Okay. We have the last two questions. Okay. We have the last two questions. Let's look at question 4. And I want you to pay particular attention here. Let us look at question 4. Read question 4. Read question 4. The sum of 7 of angles of a nonagon. The sum of 7 of the angles of a nonagon. So a nonagon is a 9-sided polygon. So it means it has got how many interior angles? In total, there are 9. That's what it means. But 7 of them, when you add them, they'll give us 1000 degrees. That is what this means. The sum of 7 of the angles of a nonagon is what? 1000 degrees. The other two angles are equal to each other. Calculate the sizes of the other two angles. Okay. So the first thing that we are supposed to do here, is to find the sum of the interior angles of a nonagon, which is n minus 2 multiplied by 180. What is our n? Our n is 9. So we're going to say 9 minus 2. We have 7 multiplied by 180. So let's multiply. What do we get? Okay. What are we going to get? This is what we're going to get, isn't it? So this is the sum of the what? The interior angles of a nonagon. Now, if we are following the question, we are told that 7 of the interior angles added up to 1000. Then we had other two angles that were equal. For instance, if we can say there's y and another y. When we add this, we must get what? 1260 degrees. These two angles are equal here. I'm just giving an example. So we are going to say this is 2y is equals to 126 minus. This will give us 2y is equals to 2. Okay? Now, because these are equal, so you divide both sides by 2. You divide here by 2. What are you going to get? So y is equals to what? 130. That's what we're going to get here. Please pay attention. That's what we're going to get here. Okay? So, maybe let me give you the last one. Let me give you the last example. Question 5 is find the value of x. Find the value of x. Okay? Now, it is very simple here what you have to do. You just need to add these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Then you equate them to the sum of the interior angles. These are interior angles. The sum of the interior angles of what? A hexagon. A hexagon is a 6-sided polygon. How many sides? You can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you can first find how many sides here. What is the sum of the interior angles? So this will be 4 multiplied by 180. This will give you 7 and 20. Then after that, now you add all these angles and equate them to what? To 720. So this is what you are going to get. This is what you are going to get. You add all these angles here. You equate them to. Then when you add these 3, they'll give you this one. 2x plus 2x plus x, 5x. Put the like terms together. This is what you're going to get. Finally, so this angle here is 80. This one is 160. Even this one is 160. Basically, this is what you're supposed to do. Okay? So let me give you an exercise. Okay, so here, find the value of x in the figure below. Find the value of x. If we did this even under. So this is the first question, and I want it submitted. Question 6. Look at question 6. I also want it done. Send. Okay. Look at question 13 also. Question 13, just. Question 13. There's also this one. Find the sum of the interior angles of a 6-sided polygon. Okay, decagon. So here, do them, but you can send the answers for this one. This one is just there for your revisions, so you may not even need to submit it. Just this one. Let's go. Let's move on. Example 3. Here, copy this question here and work it out. Okay, just this example 3. In your case, it's an exercise. All right, let's move on. Question 8. Just question 8. If you look at question 7, you can also do it, but don't submit. I want question 8. Okay. Question 2, just question 2 here. Okay.